Welcome back. In this episode we'll talk about the melody and rhythm. Up until now we haven't really considered what kind of rhythm or what kind of melody we will play on top of the chord progression. The chord progression that we explored in the previous episode is a 4-6-5 progression in the key of A major. So we have the D, F sharp minor to E major. So let's start by figuring out a melody to play on top of this chord progression. Now there's obviously different ways to explore a melody on top of a chord progression. You can have the chord progression playing in the background and then you can sing or play an instrument above that. Or you can also input the notes into the piano roll in your DAW. Personally, while figuring out melodies, I like to play the chords and the melody on the piano or the keyboard, because that way I can also change up the chords on the fly if I need to, and if it suits the melody. And now, when I'm playing this melody on top of the chords, I instantly hear a kind of bouncy rhythm to that we could actually make use of in the chords. So maybe we could play the chords or something like this. So we have the same kind of melodic rhythm going on in the chords as we have in the melody. So let's record the chord progression with that kind of bouncy rhythm, and then we can play that melody on top. Let's quantize that. Now let's record a path of the melody on top of the bouncy rhythm. And again, let's quantize that. Right, so let's briefly analyze the melody that I played on top of the chords. The melody we have here is basically all in the A major scale, which is... that's your A major scale. So we first begin with a D major chord with an E on top here, and that's a sus2. And we use that note also in the melody. So we have the E on top here, which is also the fifth note of A major scale. So we begin with the fifth note of A major, down to an A, which is the root note of A major. So we're basically playing notes here in the A major scale. Then at the second chord, the F sharp minor, we repeat the melody with a slight variation. So we have those E on top. That goes down to an A, but up to a B. And that's like a leading note down to the next chord, which is the E major. And the B in E major is the fifth note of E major. So the melody I'm playing here is all in the A major scale. Now, if we break down this chorus further, we basically have two repetitions of the chord progression, that the 4-6-5 chord progression. And on the first repetition, we play the melody a little bit lower than in the second repetition. You can see that we go up to this F sharp and also have notes higher up the range here. So we basically have a little dynamic curve also in the chorus melody. Now you usually want your chorus to repeat at least 2 times. At least in this case we're going to do that. So let's select our MIDI region and press Command R to repeat. So now we have 2 repetitions of the chorus melody basically. The first repetition and the second repetition. If we open the first part of the chorus, the first 8 bars, you can see that we have a tail in the melody at the end here, which basically leads back to the beginning of the melody. But for the second repetition of the main melody, we're actually going to get rid of some of the notes here at the end. So let's see what we can do about that. And it's all fine to have these kind of leading notes that leads back to the beginning of the chorus again if you're going to repeat the chorus. But after the second repetition, we're going to have a verse, and we don't want to have too much notes going on before we head into the verse. So we're going to get rid of those notes. So let's do some adjustments to the final part of the melody here. Maybe something like this. Let's quickly bring in a 4 on the floor kick and listen to that chorus melody. Okay, so we brought in a 4 on the floor kick, and let's listen how the lead melody sounds. And remember, we're going to change up the instrumentation later. Maybe we'll have another lead instrument, and maybe we'll have something completely different playing the chords. At this point, we're only composing the chords and the melody. We're not doing sound design. When you buy one of my courses, you get an account with access to Morningdewmedia Education, a dedicated e-learning platform to watch the video episodes, download project and preset files. The web app helps you stay focused, and it's super easy to keep track of your progress with a dedicated web app. You receive notifications when new episodes are published in the course, and if you ever get stuck, you can easily ask questions. Okay, so without further ado, my name is Mattias, and see you in the course. Bye!